This week marks one of the most exciting issues of the year for us here at Grazia. It is our Autumn-Winter 2013-14 fashion special issue. And it's one of the most exciting purely because the fashion team get to take over a lot of the pages in the magazine and come up with all of our new ideas for the season, show you all the new trends, all of the ideas that have come from the catwalk and how you can make them work for you. Now, one of the most important things that we've all noticed since we've looked at everything on the catwalks for the season is that there are two major trends going on, of which there's a massive split down the middle. So on one side, there's something that's very ladylike, elegant, sophisticated, and on the other side, there's something that's a little bit grungy, a little bit more mussed up, a little bit less refined. So today we thought we'd have a little debate about which look is the best and which look you should be working for the new season. So the lady look is full skirted. It kind of harks back to that 1950s couture era. There are lots of very pretty accessories that go with it, and it's all about elegance and grace. So the kinds of women that we've seen working this look on the red carpets, so an A-lister like Nicole Kidman, for example, and then amongst the fashion crowd, the best and most desirable looking lady is probably Uliana Sergenko.
So by contrast, grunge this season is Chanel, it's Saint Laurent, it's Moschino checks. When it comes to the red carpet, you've got Rihanna, you've got Kristen Stewart, you've got fashion editor Karine Roitfeld, who just always looks amazing, working a really chic but grungy, sexy look. So personally, I'm going to be working the grunge look for autumn-winter. I just think it's a bit more versatile, it's much easier, personally I believe, to work from high street looks. Don't you find lady is quite tricky? It's, you know, you kind of need to invest in a fab shoe or like a great jacket.
For sure, but you know, there's always a place for investment buys. And I don't know, I know that we talked in some of our meetings about how there are different types of ladylike. Do you also feel that there are different types of kind of grungy vibes going on?
Yeah, and more so this season, that's why I think it's so great, because you know, you can also do a polished look for evening, working grunge. You know, think of Kristen Stewart. I mean, she looks great, you know, she's got kind of shaggy hair, an amazing dress. If she wants some fine jewellery, maybe she'll like put on an ear cuff, diamond ear cuff. But then you can also work it day in, day out. It doesn't have to be ripped denim, you know, messy. It could even be a black mannish jumpsuit with some creepers. Yeah, I just think there's more to play with, don't you?
There's definitely a lot to play with, I will not deny that, and it isn't all about, you know, I think everyone in their head has the idea of Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, the 90s, and of course that is really important.
It's much more pared down, isn't it?
It is, but we did see that check shirt and, you know, kind of floral baby doll thing going on at Saint Laurent, and that is one of the most important catwalk collections for the look. But you are right, there are other ways to make grunge work for you, and you know, that real grungy look is quite teenage.
Yeah.
And I think there is probably, you know, a point in your life where you're like, well, I'm not sure if I want to be wearing that anymore.
But there are loads of grown-up ways to work it. And there's some really great biker jackets too. I mean, I do love lady, but don't you find it's a bit trickier? You need the height because of the longer skirt lengths.
I mean, for me, I think that lady is an enduringly elegant look. And I think, again, as we were saying here, it is something that you can, you know, mix up. There is the real catwalk vibe that has something to the 1950s, mid-century couture feeling about it. It's all about stoles and well-kept hair. And yeah, I mean, that look you do need to invest in. It isn't cheap as chips.
Yeah.
If you want to look that level of sophistication, you're going to have to invest in it. And the skirt lengths are a little bit more tricky. It's something that we're calling really the lady length, something that really hits you between the knee and the calf. It's quite long, and if you are under, say, 5'5", 5'6", it is, you know, absolutely impossible to really make it work without a heel, for example. But I still think everyone should try it. And there's another way that you can really make it work as well. For instance, the big colour of the season has been pink. And, you know, pink doesn't have to be uber girly. If you wear it in quite a subversive way, I mean, people are saying that pink is a feminist statement, you know, that you're in control of what pink means and making it work for you. And I think that's what we saw at the Miu Miu collection, you know, spots and pink things that should be so saccharine and so super girly, but somehow they've been given an edge. And I think that's a really, really cool thing. Obviously, there's a lot of uber lady, uber frilly girly stuff going on as well.
But if you do it kind of like Prada, I mean, she styled all those ladylike dresses with kind of slick, dishevelled hair.
Yeah,
and,
I'd say,
dress off the shoulder.
For sure. I think Prada is where lady meets Tramp, if we're honest, because all of the looks look really done up. She's got a tight belt on, you know, really, you know, sexy dress, but then it's all gone a little bit awry. You know, she's been having a little bit too much fun. She's got a bit down and dirty and grunge. And I think that's a really cool kind of look if you're looking to mix up the two. But you know, I just think for me, lady is something that's really worth investing in. It's grown up, it's sophisticated, it's timeless. You're not going to look back on anything that you buy from that look from this season and go, what was I thinking? Because.
So what do you think about gloves and stoles? Do you think that's, I sometimes think that's just a little too literal, don't you? I
mean, it could be too literal, and you don't have to be fussy. I think that's the thing. You can just take one thing from it, a really fab pink coat or a lovely ladylike bag, you know, and make that work for you. But equally, I do think it can be fun to do the whole thing, and shouldn't go too full-on costume. You want to feel like you're still wearing fashion. So there you have it, the fashion debate of the season. Are you girly or are you grunge? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to FASHTAG.